Florian Wirtz is one Fabrizio Romano tweet away from joining Liverpool for a record-breaking fee. At just 22 years old, the German is already considered one of Europe's most gifted creators. A nimble dribbler who is sharp with his movement, silky in tight spaces, and remarkably composed in the final third, a move to a top club has felt inevitable for a while. But what actually sets him apart from other elite talents? What could he bring to Arne Slot's system? And how did a young kid from Polheim go from a torn ACL at 18 to the most expensive signing in Premier League history? Florian's quality on the ball jumps right off the screen. He's agile in possession, difficult to knock off balance, and is always aware of his surroundings, allowing him to control the tempo with short touches and subtle shifts, even in the most congested areas of the pitch. But there's much more to his game than what meets the eye. Beyond the flashy dribbles or the creative finishing, Wirtz brings a rare mix of traits you almost never see in the same player. Elite ball progression, consistent end product, and a relentless defensive work rate. A unique cocktail of skills that has already turned him into one of the most sought-after players in the world. One of the first things that stand out after a more detailed look at Wirtz's game is how consistently he helps his team progress the ball through pressure. He's constantly shifting into space, offering a clean option between the lines, and making himself available exactly when the build-up needs to move forward. Which is why it's no surprise that he was one of Europe's leaders in progressive passes received last season, with over 300 in the Bundesliga alone. That kind of number doesn't just speak to involvement. It reflects awareness, timing, and most importantly, trust from his teammates. And it's not for no reason. Wirtz has a spidey sense field for when to show, how to angle his body, and where to position himself to keep the tempo flowing. He likes to operate in the inside left channel, close enough to combine with midfielders, but advanced enough to link with forwards and wide players. It's a zone that demands quick decisions and control under pressure, two things that Wirtz can offer with impressive consistency. When the ball finally gets to him, he rarely needs more than a touch or two to keep things moving forward. But it's not just his positioning that drives progression. Wirtz is also one of the most effective ball carriers in Europe, advancing play through pressure with control, balance, and purpose. Last season, he led the entire Bundesliga in progressive carries. And more importantly, he completed 82 successful dribbles, more than any other player in Germany, including Jamal Musiala. But what sets him apart isn't just the volume, it's the style. He doesn't explode past defenders, he glides past them. There's a certain smoothness to how he dribbles, slowing down just enough to throw defenders off balance and then accelerating through narrow gaps the moment they shift their weight. That ability, combined with his elite passing vision, makes him the perfect pick-your-poison kind of player. Step up to block the carry, and he slips a through ball behind you. Cover the pass, and he'll glide into space himself. There's no obvious choice, and that's exactly what makes him so difficult to defend. But breaking lines is simply the first step. Aside from his elite ball progression, Wirtz is also world-class when it comes to creating end product. Whether it's through goals or assists, the German is easily one of the most impactful attacking midfielders in the world, and his instincts for finding the net have been there from the very beginning of his career. At just 17 years and 34 days old, he became the youngest player to ever score in the Bundesliga. By early 2022, at still just 18, he had already racked up 18 goals and 21 assists in Germany's top flight, numbers that hinted at a generational talent. But then came the ACL tear. On March 13th of that year, in a routine league match against Köln, Wirtz went down with a torn knee ligament after planting his left foot awkwardly. Just like that, his breakout season was derailed and he was sidelined for an entire season. It was the kind of setback that ruins entire careers. But not Wirtz. Instead of holding him back, the injury somehow launched him into an entirely new stratosphere. Since returning to action in January 2023, Wirtz has racked up a staggering 34 goals and 33 assists across all competitions. He was central to Leverkusen's historic unbeaten title run, and was the only player in Europe's top 5 leagues to register 16 goals and 16 assists. And even as Leverkusen cooled off this past year, he still delivered 60 more goals and 14 assists, 12 of which coming from open play. Only Mohamed Salah and Lamine Yamal created more open play chances this season. But more than just the output, it's the method behind how he impacts the game that so often prefers precision over power, opening up his body and picking out corners with minimal effort. In 1v1s, he's calm, waiting for the keeper to commit before sliding it past them. And as a passer, he always operates a step ahead. Whether it's a disguised reverse ball, a blindside cutback, or a delicate chip between defenders, he's able to find teammates in spots most players can't even see. And his numbers speak for themselves. His statistical scouting report for last season looks like it came straight out of a video game, where his 98th percentile ranking for through balls and 97th percentile for goal creating actions comfortably put him in the same tier as any of your favorite elite creators in Europe. Oh, and real quick guys, with summer in full swing, this is the perfect time for you to refresh your football wardrobe. If you like football kits, check out our friends at MrShirt.com. They have mystery kits from all over the world, and if you use our link in the description, you'll get 10% off your next shirt. It helps support the channel, and you might just end up with something special. Now back to the video. So Wirtz can carry, create, assist, and finish at an elite level. But that still doesn't mean we're done glazing him.
God damn, that boy can sing.
Because when his team doesn't have the ball, Florian is just as active and just as intentional. Last season alone, he recorded more high turnovers per 90 than any other player in the Bundesliga, and in the Champions League, no Leverkusen player applied more pressure. He also ranked in the top 20% of attacking midfielders for blocks per 90 and passes blocked, a reflection of how often he shuts down possession without diving into tackles. It's not chaotic effort, it's calculated disruption. Across the last 2 Bundesliga seasons, Wirtz has made 71 possession wins in the final third, the most of any other player in the league. He doesn't just recover the ball, he creates new attacking chances before the defense can reset. And it's exactly the kind of profile that fits into a team like Liverpool. Under Xabi Alonso, Wirtz primarily operated as a left-sided number 10, drifting into the half space to combine, carry, and play through balls from inside pockets. Slot's system, especially in a 4-2-3-1, will give him the freedom to do exactly that. He'll probably take up that left-sided attacking midfield role, linking with a deeper lying McAllister, while the width is provided by an overlapping fullback like Kirkes or Robertson. This would enable Wirtz to drift central, where he can thread in swinging passes towards the far post or attack the edge of the box himself with quick 1-2s or disguised shots. In some phases, he could even play as a central forward. Slot has used players like Luis Diaz in a false. There are even shades of Firmino here, a creative center who opens space for others. And if Slot opts for a 3-box-3, Wirtz could play in a central creator role with total freedom, floating behind the striker, interchanging with Szoboszlai, and exploiting gaps between midfield and defense in more predictable, unstructured phases. It's not about forcing him to a system, it's about building a system that flows through him. Because with Wirtz's ability to receive under pressure, progress play, and create in the final third, he doesn't just fit into Liverpool. He turns an already dangerous side into an even scarier machine for the upcoming season. As always, thank you for watching guys. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more content just like this.